Vanessa, God bless you. Sorry for the mess. I couldn't take the stress of being your man.
Welcome back to 91.9 KVCR. It's Jordan Storm with you. Today I'm sitting down with Inland Empire recording artist Carson Storm of the independent punk band Zonked. They are hot off the heels of their sophomore album Aborted, so Carson, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, where do your passions for music come from, and why the name Zonked?
Well, I've always loved music, and I've been playing guitar and making demos and stuff like that since I was in high school. And when I was a teenager, I would brainstorm band names, and I remember flipping through the dictionary one time trying to come up with something, but rather than starting at the beginning, I started in the Z's, and the very last word was zonked, and I was like, that's perfect, I don't even need to go any further.
Are there any local bands that have influenced your sound?
Face to Face has been a huge influence. They're from Victorville, and I mean, there's so many bands from around here, around Southern California especially. Like Blink-182 is from Poway, and then you go into like LA and Orange County, and you have bands like The Descendants and Social Distortion, so a lot of bands like that.
So, now time to talk about your album. Track 6, Not Real, discusses feeling like fake and synthetic, while Aborted's album cover features plastic doll parts. Where did the inspiration come from for Aborted's promotional art?
Well, I had sort of the vision for the artwork a long time ago, all of these like dismembered doll parts. I just thought it was kind of a striking visual. And I guess tying it into Not Real, that song is kind of about just how the world we live in feels, I think, sometimes more surreal than it does real. And I mean, you hear people talking about, artificial intelligence is going to take over and robots are going to replace humans, and I don't know if I really buy into that. But we do live in a world where I think people would rather speak to a robot than to an actual person. So I guess that song sort of satirically glorifies being fake or plastic, like you're a Barbie doll or something.
On the topic of specific songs, track 7, Wrist, covers some darker themes like domestic violence. Tell us the story behind this song.
Well, Wrist was about a time when I was in high school. I knew this girl who showed up to class one day with a cast on, and she played it off like, oh, I fell down, and I fell on my wrist, and I broke it. And I could just kind of tell, I could kind of sense that something was up, something weird was going on. So I got to know her a little more, and I got it out of her that she had this like crazy ex-boyfriend who freaked out on her one time and grabbed her by the hand and snapped her wrist and broke it. And it was a very heavy thing to hear about. And it took me quite a few years to find the right words to tell that story, but yeah, that's what that song is about.
And do you think that piece could inspire others to speak out about their situation?
I definitely would hope so. I didn't necessarily set out to write something empowering or give a voice to someone in that situation, but I would definitely hope that it would give someone the strength to speak out if they can relate to that song.
With the decline in significance that punk has had in the last few decades, what inspires you and so many artists to continue producing that genre?
Well, it's a style of music that I just grew up loving. I think it's very emotive and powerful for a lot of people. And I don't know, I just like loud music and loud guitars. I think it might just be as simple as that.
Yeah. So, are there any new projects that you guys are working on?
We're actually right in the middle of recording our third studio album. I've got about 10 tracks or so basically finished, and right now I'm really just focusing on writing and recording as many songs as I can, and when I feel like I've got a solid album's worth of material, that's when we'll start putting all the pieces together for a proper album.
That is fantastic news. So thank you so much for being here, Carson.
Thanks for having me.
Aborted is available now wherever you stream your music. You're listening to 91.9 KVCR.